Hello, hello. How is everybody today? Hopefully doing great. I will say I appreciate you all more than you know for stopping by for the Elle Daily message. Um, Yesterday I was about to post and then I got sidetracked with something else and it didn't happen, but my morning messages were too great, so I'll share a bit of those and then I'll wrap it up with today's message too. So if you're new to the channel and just checking it out, thank you for stopping. Basically at the Elle Daily station or channel, we'll share the daily message, or I'll share the daily message and some of the things that I've read in my daily devotions for the day. You apply it to your current situation, and hopefully it allows you to kind of grow in mind and spirit. So I think we're all on a soul journey and continuing to be better versions of ourselves, and that's really what this is about. So, and to kind of bring us together as a community. So, all right, with that, we'll get started. I actually am going to go against yesterday's, both of my little daily messages or quotes. I am like, there's something to it, but I am a rebellier of these. So I'm going to give you the quick version. This first one is I do not procrastinate. I enthusiastically take action on things that matter to me. Okay, I am a good procrastinator. And you know what? Here's the thing. Sometimes it's needed. I look at it as like, if you have a day that's maybe not as full and you're like, oh, I could get so much done today. Sometimes it's easier to push. Maybe you only have like one or two items that you're like, yes, I need to get this done. Sometimes I love to push it on to a busier day because I am more effective when I've got more going on, or more efficient even. So I don't know, take it for a grain of salt, do what works for you. But I sometimes believe in taking a fun day if you need it, and it helps me. So let me know what you do. I'm curious. And it's so funny because this is so similar. Both messages yesterday are very similar. So we all get the exact same 365 days. The only difference is what we do with them. So yes, but my point again is, yes, you can work hard all 365 days. That doesn't work for me. I need days to rest, recuperate, have fun. And you hear me say it all the time. I like to make every day feel a little bit special and extra extraordinary. So then today's message is really about teaching and learning. So it says, tell me and I'll forget, which is totally me. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. Absolutely. So I just got off a call with one of our clinical teams, and they don't always include the sales reps on the calls. But when I'm a part of these calls, it's so much easier for me to portray that budget to the client, because I really hear the backstory of all the clinical team, everybody that is involved to create the budget for us. If I understand where they're coming from, it's much easier to teach it to the client. So I think it's valuable for me to be a part of every call. With that being said, the other message is I am committed to being better than yesterday. So this I agree with. This is the main one that I totally agree with. Each day I strive to become a better version of myself, a better person, but some days that means taking a little TLC. So the only devotion that I'll share with you this morning was actually one that I read yesterday, and it just applies to all of the messages, so I think it's great for you all to hear it, apply it to your own situation. And I'll start by just saying, have you ever just woken up, or you just have this moment of just pure joy, you don't even know where it's coming from? Sometimes that happens to me. I'll just be giddy, and it just happens, and it's the best feeling in the world. So hopefully you do get that feeling sometimes. I'm going to turn this light off, otherwise you'll see the reflection. So I'm going to keep this one short and sweet today. Actually, two more things I wanted to share in the cards that I pulled this morning was sanctuary. So that again is about rest and replenishment. I won't fully read it, but just knowing that, yeah, you've earned some time from the chaos of life. So maybe some of you are just needing some R&R, take it. And then the other one is all about vitality. So when I think of vitality, it's a good word if you think about it. It's like anything that we do, whether it's feeling your body or I think for me, the better I feel weight-wise is when I don't sit there and worry about what I'm eating, what I'm doing per se, of just like what makes me feel good. So if having this little bit of pasta and a glass of red wine is feeling my body and my soul, do it. So sometimes if I stick too strictly to a diet, that isn't always feeling vital, and I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you get what I'm saying with that. So all in moderation, of course, right? But let's read this. So this is all about the space between. I don't know that I'll read the entire thing, but the point is, this also says too, there's so much space, when we're trying to get things done. And of course, you're committed to something. Sometimes less is more. You guys are going to think I don't work hard. I do. And things always work out for me. But here we go. So when we look for guidance, we often look for words that clarify, reassure, and help us find our authentic path through the chaos. So yes, a lot of us deal with chaos, right? Yet there is also guidance in the spaces between the words, between each letter, between all the happenings in our lives, where there is nothing to be said, where there are no lines to be colored in, where there is just openness. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. I love to freestyle. We need to do or not to do, based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is a far less to do than we think. So yes, there's far less to do than we think. Sometimes it's like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this. It's like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta step back. So sometimes when we sense this subconsciously, and I talk a lot about the subconscious versus the conscious mind, we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. So that's what I was just talking about. I've been there so many times where I'm just like, something makes me feel so joyful, so exhilarated. And there is a sense of perhaps, that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, or perhaps we are happy to wing it and make it up as we go. Either way, there is a space just to be. It is the receiver for the divine presence. So yeah, allow the divine presence to come in. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now or within you, then just know that there's a lot of divine presence to be received. It can't be explained really. It happens between the words, and yet without it, there wouldn't be any words, any guidance at all. So this message speaks to you. Enter the space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. Be blessed. And I love that. I just think it's so true. Like sometimes I feel, you've heard me say it before in other videos, if I can sit back and do less, more comes to me. And I'm not saying just be a slacker and sit on the couch and have potato chips. No, I'm not saying that at all. But hopefully you get where I'm going with this. Message me if this message resonates with you, and I'm sending you all so much love. Bye. See you tomorrow.